Welcome friends for the session correlation and regression. In previous classes we discussed about multivariate analysis and ANOVA and MANOVA. So in this class we'll discuss about correlation and regression. So correlation is really nothing but there is an association, testing the association between two variables. That is already we discussed bivariate analysis. So here the word two variables relationship. Okay. Say for example income and demand. Income of the consumer and demand for the consumer durable. Yes, income increases, demand increases. Okay, that is which is dependent, which is independent, that's later. First of all, before we are going for the dependent and independent concept, we have to test is there any association between these two variables. So for that the correlation test is useful. Correlation explains the relationship between two variables, whether the pattern is positive or negative. Let us see the pattern in the next page. So covariance is one of the family of the statistical measure used to analyze the linear relationship between two variables. Covariance provides a direction positive or negative or near zero of the linear relationship between two variables. Correlation provides direction and strength. See, covariance provides the relationship, but correlation provides direction and strength. Covariance result has no upper or lower bound and it's dependent on the scale of the variables. Why correlation is always between -1 and +1 and its scale is independent of the scale of the various variables themselves. Covariance is not standardized while correlation is standardized. That's good. Okay, so coming to that next thing, there are two variables, x-axis and y-axis. Whether the x-axis increases, okay, in this direction, is the y-axis increases or not. So it is positive. If the x-axis increases, y-axis decreases, means the relationship is negative. The third one, yes, there is no relationship exists between these two. No, zero. Near the correlation is nearly zero. So here again this is quadratic pattern, exponential pattern, polynomial pattern. So this curve explains the pattern of relationship between the two variables. Okay, that is one is influencing others, and that is the relationship between these two. Okay, that pattern is explained in this diagram, and to what extent they are going together or they are related each other, that we'll find out through a correlation analysis. Say for example, in an organization the number of workers are there, okay, and production units are there. So that is called as a regression. This is okay. So anyhow, the number of workers 12 and the units produced is 20. Okay, and number of workers are 30, the unit produced is 60. So like that it goes on. Okay, so for that this is plotted in a graph. So here this is positive. Okay, the changes in the number of workers, changes in the production unit. Okay, so for that the x bar, x mean, the mean of this x, that of the workers, average workers is 31.3, and the number of units produced, it is 41.2. X minus x bar into y1 minus y bar, that is calculated here. Covariance of x comma y is equal to S of x and y. That is 962 divided by n minus 1. The number of samples are 10 minus 1 divided by 10 minus 1, 9. So 962 by 106. Okay, so here covariance of x and covariance of y. So covariance of x and y. Okay, so here we found the R value 0.989. Okay, this is a covariance R value. So if it is R squared, covariance of determination. So here earlier we started with the correlation and correlation. Okay, so what is the correlation? Difference between correlation and causation. Okay, I'll explain through it. Joining in a B schools get a better job. Yes, there may be some reason behind this particular B school because of your joining in this B school, you get a job. But cannot say only if you join in the B school, because of joining in the B school, you got a job. It is not true. Maybe the students' intellectual capability may be there, or the people want of the particular candidate, or they are in need of the employee. There may be another reasons also there. Okay, so here some other variable may influence in getting the job. So this is correlation. Okay, so getting a job, yes, joining this B school is one of the reasons, but not it is the only one reason. Okay? But another example, causation or casual studies. Going to higher altitude, climate is cold. Okay, as long as you are going to higher altitude, yes, definitely the climate is cold, because for that there is no other variable, there is no other relationship for the climate become cold. You are higher altitude, climate is cold. Okay, so here no other variable, this is causation. That means here under the correlation, we can't say that is the only one reason, but in causation we have to say that is the only one reason. Okay. So it is low, the correlation coefficient is very low, 0.1. We can say there is no better relationship. Okay, it is -1, -0.9, yes, better relationship, but in the opposite side. +0.9, high positive correlation, less 0.9, high negative correlation. So anyhow, it's the if the two variables are interrelated, we need at least have a above 0.7 and 0.8, then we can say it is a better correlation. If they have a better correlation, then we'll take for further studies. Okay, so R value is 0.9 and R squared is 0.81. Okay, so R squared is coefficient of determination, R is coefficient of correlation. So R explains the association, the relationship. R square explains to what extent both are each other having a strength. That's called as coefficient of determination. The R explains the relationship between two variables. Okay, R squared is the explanation power of the independent variable in the dependent variable. Explanation power of the independent variable in the dependent variable. That is 0.81% the independent variable influences in the dependent variable. Okay, correlation also helps in testing hypothesis. Correlation tells us is there any association between X and Y, but it does not describe the relationship or allow us to predict one variable from another. Please understand here, correlation tells us there is an association between X and Y. Only an association, but it does not describe the relationship or allow us to predict one variable from other. Okay, the X and Y, it is associated, there is a connectivity, but it does not, the correlation analysis won't tell, okay, X is influencing Y or Y is influencing X, or which is dependent, which is independent, that we cannot. So that can be studied through a regression analysis. Okay, so in the correlation we understood about we have to test or we have to check out whether is there any association between the two variables or not. Hence it is associated, then we started which variable influences which variable. Okay, so assume that in the correlation analysis we found that there is an connectivity, association between income and spending. As income increases, spending increases. So here I have drawn, I note down the 4 points, 4 graphs. So whenever we are measuring the data, maybe the income and expenditure, okay, there may be more points here. We won't get a straight line that is exactly for 2 rupees of income, 8 rupees of expenses, for 4 rupees of income, 12 rupees of expense. It's not like that. Okay, so some here and there, that is a scattered points, we will get it. Out of the scattered point, we are fitting a line with a minimum variation. Okay, so based on the existing data set. Okay, we are fitting a line. That line is called as regression line. We are trying to fit a line. Okay, so here I have drawn 4 lines. 1, that is 1. Y is equal to 4 plus 2x. This is 4. B is slope and A is intercept. Okay, this B. This is 4 is constant and this is 2x. For every changes in 1 unit of x, there is a changes in 2 times in the y. Okay, y is equal to 4 plus. Here the constant is 4. Okay, and the second one, see, y is equal to 9 plus x. Yeah, 9 plus 2x. The second one. So here. So here the constant is 9 units and plus 2x. Or every 1 unit of x, there is a changes in the 2 unit of y. Then the third one, y is equal to minus 2 plus 2x. See, minus 2 plus 2x. This is third one. Then fourth one, y is equal to 4 plus 5x. Y is equal to, this is this one. Y is equal to 4 plus 5x. That is the intercept cuts at 4. Okay. And fifth one, y is equal to 4 plus 0x. 4 plus 0x. Whatever may be the changes in the x, there is no changes in the y. So I have drawn 5 lines. Each and every line, the slope is different and the intercept is different. So you can ask me, how do you find, so how can you draw this line? Based on the existing data set, I am trying to fit a line with a minimum variation among the scattered points or among the data set. Okay, so from I am trying to fit a line, okay, finding out what is x and what is beta, b0 and b1, and I am trying to fit a line. From that I am projecting. Okay, in future the data set will move like that nearby. Okay. Okay. So regression is equal to y is equal to a plus bx. B is slope and a is the intercept. Prediction of y for any value of x. Okay, so earlier I told that yes, there is a variation, there is a difference. So this is the explained variation, is unexplained residual variation. Okay, this is a is a constant and b is the slope. There will be a line that minimizes the distance between data and fitted line. These are all data, and we tried and we drawn a line. Okay, that line among the existing data with a minimum variation we draw. Okay, so minimum variation comes from the line. So that line is called as best fit line. Okay, one example problem let's see. So here income and consumption. Income is 190, consumption spending is 154. Like that there are 20 different data, 20 observation. Okay, these are all the 20 different data. It is in the red, and from that 20 different data set data, that is income and expenditure, a line is drawn. Okay, that is y is equal to b0 plus b1x plus explained error. You are trying to draw a line or form a linear equation with a minimum error. Form a linear equation. So we formed a linear equation. So from that linear equation, what is b0 and what is b1, we have to estimate with that constants. Our consumption which will be test is that income explain the consumption or not. Our assumption which will test. From the statistical analysis, constant is equal to 49.133. Okay, and income, that is b0 is 49.1 and b1 is 0.85. Then the consumption is 49 0.13 plus 0.85 into income plus explain, that is error. How do we interpreting the coefficient? Income explains the consumption. Okay, if income x is 0, then y is 49.13. Please understand, if income is 0, 0 into 0.85 0, then consumption is 49.13. Even income is 0, the consumption will be 49.13. Okay, that is the understanding. For every 1 unit of more income in a family, it is estimated that the consumption grows by 0.85 units. So two things we have to understand. One is, even income is 0, there will be a consumption of 49.13. And second one, for every 1 unit of more income, the consumption is increased by 0.85. Okay, so coming to regression analysis. Regression analysis examines the association relationship between a dependent and one more independent variable. Okay, so here the consumption is the dependent variable and income is the independent variable. What extent there is an association, that is, every 1 unit of increase in income, the consumption or the expenditure will increase by 0.85. And even the income is not increased, even the income is 0, the consumption increased by, the consumption level will be 49.13. Determine whether the independent variable explain a significant variation in the dependent variable, whether the relationship exists or not, and determine how much of the variation in the dependent variable can be explained by the independent variable, that is the strength of the relationship. Then predict the values of the dependent variable. Control for other dependent variables when evaluating the contribution of the specific variable or set of variables. So regression analysis is concerned with nature and degree of association between variables and does not imply or assume any causality. Okay, so it is useful in forecasting new observations. Can we use this for what we know about the relationship, the existing or previous one, to forecast the values. Okay, so here with the existing data set, okay, so what is the existing data set? These are all the data set, and we are trying to fit a line. From that line, yes, this line will go in future. If the income increases beyond this, the demand will increase beyond this. Based on the fitted line, we will estimate, we can predict. So mostly the regression analysis used in forecasting the demand or forecasting the future behavior. So in this session, we discussed about what is correlation and what is regression. So correlation is nothing but testing the association between two variables, and beyond that there is nothing which is influencing which, it is nothing, it is not there. But in the regression, we understood the relationship between which variable influences which is independent variable, which is dependent variable, and what is the constant, that is intercept, and how much influences, that is what is the influence of the independent variable in the dependent variable. So in this case 0.85. So this correlation is one of the analysis in our collected data, and the regression is the another type of analysis in the data. So any further data analysis, the basic test is the correlation analysis. Is there any relationship between there or not? If it is there exists, then only we will move to further analysis. Okay. So in the next class, we will discuss about multiple regression. That is, two independent variables have an influence on one dependent variable. Thank you.